Okay, where are we? It's a full moon. It's 9 o'clock at night. It's 9:30 at night. And I appear to be building a snowman in the snow while wearing a miniskirt. What an interesting place to start off. And Anne-Marie must be around somewhere because she's coming over to have a chat with me. Don't know where she is. That's Shiva, the werewolf. Who's that? That's Bella Bachelor. Oh, Bella, you're all grown up and stuff. Oh, look at you. Oh, you've grown into like a proper person type thing, haven't you? I have to say, Jesus Christ, you looked better as a child, Bella. I'm going to say that. I don't know whether we've just caught you at like a really dodgy moment there. Where's Anne-Marie? Because according up there, we're going to chat with Anne-Marie. Or is Anne-Marie the one who's ringing me? I think Anne-Marie might be the one who's ringing me. And I want to... wait. That's socialise with the supernatural I want there. Oh, flipping neck. Because I'm about to socialise with the supernatural, so I should get rid of one of these. Which one do I want to get rid of? Adopt a cat, adopt a dog. Brewed for 3 hours. Reach level 5 of journalism career. Right, reach level 5 of journalism career. Right, okay. I should do a proper intro, shouldn't I? I always just kind of launch into it and then get, like, sent off on, like, a random tangent. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I've had stuff I was going to say and stuff. This is what happens when you don't have a proper intro. But, you know, I don't have a proper intro because I always feel like a twat. If I try to develop a proper intro, I'm like, oh, I just sound like a fucking twat. Let's just launch right into it instead. That's much better. Right, okay, so goal for this part. We are going to reach level 5 of journalism career because we're very, very, very close to it. And at that point, we're then going to decide what our next step in life is going to be. We are also going to become a friend of Claire because that's one of our work opportunities, which we are going to fulfill before we decide to stop being a journalist. Because this is this is step 1 in our master plan of infiltrating the criminal syndicate of Sunset Valley. And our next step in, she's over there. Our next step in our career path, like the next career that we choose, may be a continuation of that storyline. We've got a storyline, guys. We've got an actual storyline in this playthrough now. Our storyline is that we're going to infiltrate the criminal syndicate of Sunset Valley. Adopt a cat and adopt a dog popped up last time. I don't know, because I'm now really paranoid about having a pet taken off me for not cuddling them enough. So I want to adopt 2 at the same time so that they can socialise with each other. So if I kind of get distracted, their social isn't going to go down and they're not going to get taken away by the government. Fucking bastards. The sim government taking people's pets away. I feel like maybe we've got a bit too much going on in our life right about now. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get rid of adopt a cat and I'll put in socialise with the supernatural. We'll keep adopt a dog for now and we'll see what happens. You're a bit tired, are you? How are you? Yes, you're a bit tired. I mean, you know, it is 9:30 at night in the middle of winter and it's snowing and you're outside. Anne-Marie would like to chat. Does Magpie Corvidae want to talk? Yeah, okay, we'll talk for like a wee bit, but I am standing outside in the snow in the middle of the night. I have now socialised with the supernatural, so I'm happy. Excellent. And once you've done all of that jazz, you can come home and you can go to bed. How many days of the winter do we have left? 5 days until spring. Oh, wow. 5 days until spring. That's amazing. I like spring. I do enjoy spring as a season, but when spring kind of comes around, I'm always a little bit like, oh, winter's over. Because I enjoy winter so much. Winter's my time of year, man. I love winter. And, you know, when spring rolls around, there's always a little bit of kind of, oh, summer's coming. Oh. Yeah, you know, I'm not the greatest fan of summer, but there we go. Is our witch still just lying down? Do you think she's died? Our poor little witch gnome. She hasn't moved around for a while. She's just sort of lying down in the snow. Should I bring her inside out of the cold? You alright, love? You wanna sit by the imaginary fireplace that we haven't installed yet? Because I don't have enough money. Actually, I do. I could just afford a fireplace because it was 1,000 simoleons, I think, wasn't it? For the proper one. Or maybe wait until the funds are a little healthier before we go splurging on things like that. Yeah, I've got 102 simoleons of bills to pay, for example. I know. Hang on. Pay those bills first. Then you can go to sleep. And then you can wake up. And then you can have a shower. And we can already replace that shower. This is a thing that happens when things get old, I think. Like when you've had them for a while, you just get the opportunity to just replace it. And, like, no, don't upgrade it. Like, how long have we lived here? Like, 2 weeks or something like that? It was the end of summer when we moved in, wasn't it? So we've had autumn and half of winter. And now they're like, oh, that shower's getting a bit old. You maybe want to replace it? Yeah. That's a financial con, that is. I bet that's just cheap Chinese rubbish that you're going to have to replace 3 months after you've bought it. Oh, honestly. I could go into a huge rant about the economy and how warped and corrupted it all is, but we'll not go there, shall we? We'll not go there in our nice chill Sims video. Okay, so yes, you can have a shower, you can do all of your morning stuff. You can have some breakfast. It's Friday. For some reason I was thinking she wasn't going to be at work today, but it's Friday, so she is, so... Okay. She might have time... Oh, she's not going to have time to eat anything, is she? Because she never bloody does. She never bloody does, man. Because it takes a fucking hour to have a shower. It doesn't take me an hour to have a shower in the real world, and I have long showers, man. Really long showers. That's a ghost on a bicycle. The game's slightly frozen for a moment. It does this sometimes when it's in fast mode. There we go. Because it's in fast mode, it'll just freeze a little bit. Yeah, that was a ghost on a bicycle very briefly there. Let's not question that. Perfectly normal thing to see around the town. Interestingly, that wasn't the ghost that I moved in, the Dowager Countess, because ghosts are different colours depending on how they've died. When your sim dies, they become a ghost. They don't necessarily become a playable ghost, but they become a ghost. Because playable ghosts only came in with supernatural, and I can't remember how you get them to become playable ghosts. You can create ghosts in the character creator, but I can't remember how you get like just dead sims to become playable ghosts, if you even can. But they become ghosts if you have their gravestone on the lot. They will haunt that lot, which can be quite fun actually. Or you can take, when a sim dies, you get their gravestone and you can put it anywhere you want. So you could actually take it to the graveyard and put it in the graveyard, and then they will haunt the graveyard. And if you go to the graveyard at night, there are ghosts wandering around because there are gravestones there of dead people. So, you know, and they haunt their gravestone for some reason. I don't know why you would want to haunt your gravestone. It's one of those things, because you know I'm into the supernatural, right? You are clean, so get out of the fucking shower and you might have time to eat some fucking cereal. Yeah, you know how I'm into the supernatural, right? And what always amuses me about people who are, like, dead set against the existence of ghosts. Like, to be honest, I don't particularly believe in ghosts one way or the other. I find the topic interesting, but I don't really have an opinion, which may sound strange, but it's true. You can just eat your cereal while the car's sitting outside waiting for you. It'll be fine. You'll still get your promotion. You're close enough that they're not going to begrudge you being 10 minutes late, love. What was I saying? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't particularly have an opinion, strangely enough, despite the fact it's one of my favourite topics. I don't really have an opinion on the existence of ghosts. I am quite open-minded. I am also quite aware that most instances of people seeing ghosts are not actually ghosts. There are other explanations, you know. But what always amuses me is people who are absolutely dead set against the existence of ghosts usually haven't looked into the topic at all and therefore have no idea what it is they're arguing against. And you can tell that the moment that they open their mouth and start arguments, and you think, you clearly haven't looked into this at all, have you? You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Like people who say things like, you know, if ghosts were real, they would be everywhere. And it's like, no, everybody doesn't become a ghost. That's not the theory. Like, fuck's sake, man. Look into something before you dispute it. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes, when they talk about, like, haunted graveyards. And within the supernatural community, it's relatively accepted that for the most part, graveyards aren't haunted. Some are, but, like, for the most part, grave sites aren't a place that you should go if you want to, you know, encounter ghosts, because why would you haunt a graveyard? As a ghost, if you came back from the dead, if you didn't pass over or whatever it is that happens, why the fuck would you spend your time in a graveyard? And most graveyards that are haunted are sort of haunted by, like, you know, grave diggers, people who spent their life in the graveyard. Like, as just a normal person, why would you haunt a graveyard? Why would you haunt where your gravestone is? There is absolutely, like, no, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yes, I do appreciate the irony of me, of me disputing what makes sense when talking about ghosts. I know, alright. I like supernatural stuff, alright? I'm very open-minded. I like astrology as well, but I don't particularly... I don't know, I think sometimes people who are skeptical don't seem to appreciate that you can be interested in something without sort of being... without living your life by it, you know? Like, I'm interested in astrology, it interests me. That doesn't mean that every morning I go to my horoscope and decide to plan my day around it. You know? It doesn't mean that when I meet a Capricorn, I'm instantly going to take a disliking to them purely because of their star sign. I just find astrology interesting. The history of it interests me. I think it's something that... I think you should always look into something before you dismiss it, you know what I mean? For the most part. I mean, there are some things you can, dismiss out of hand quite easily, like, I'm going to admit the Earth probably isn't flat, for example. Have we gained our promotion? We've gained our promotion. What are we? We're an anonymous source handler. I feel like we're going further and further down the pecking order here, love. We've gone from professional blogger to anonymous source handler. What does that mean? Am I literally just the girl on the phone? Is that what I am? The one who puts the anonymous sources through to the, the proper reporters who actually write articles. Hot tips are coming off the wire all over town. Somebody, namely you, needs to manage the flow of information, respect the anonymity of others, and pass along the best information, as you'll do well as an anonymous source handler. It's a good time to work on your charisma. Oh my god, do I need charisma now? Because yes, I do. That would be an excellent reason to now get out of this career as quickly as humanly possible. My writing has gone down to terrible as well. Oh man. I've only got level 3 writing skill. I'm a journalist with level 3 writing skill. No wonder they only trust me to man the phones. Rather, is that karaoke? Yeah, fuck off, Magpie. Oh my god. She wants to talk to Connor. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to want. Oh, they've become old friends now. I've known them for like 2 months, same-wise. Well, no, more like 6 months. Like half a year we've been here. And that's long enough for them to have become old friends. Oh, Connor's just a friend, though, which... Oh, fucking D'Artagnan, man. Oh, D'Artagnan, why do you always have to be there looking at me? Yeah. So got to be careful with Connor, because if we don't keep interacting with him... he's going to end up becoming a distant friend, and you know what happens when friends become distant friends? Magpie has a fucking breakdown, you might recall, and we don't want that to happen. Actually, how many lifetime happiness do we have? We have a lot of lifetime happiness. I wonder if we have enough lifetime happiness to gain... Where is it? Where is it? I can't remember what it's called. It's got lots of smiley faces on the thumbnail, if I remember correctly. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Midlife crisis. Long distance friend. Friends will never become distant friends, even if you ignore them for a while. They know you're good for it down the line. That's a very useful one to have when you're me, because in SimWorld, I'm as terrible at maintaining relationships as I am in the real world. Yeah, kind of bad at all of that social stuff. Right, what do we want? She wants to buy something worth at least 250 simoleons. Well... Magpie, my love, I know what we can buy. Because your money is looking quite healthy right about now. And the one thing we are missing is a fireplace. Now, in the real world, I don't have a real fireplace. I instead have an electric fireplace in the place of where a real fireplace would have been. But, it's a proper fireplace. It's, with a mantelpiece and everything. It looks very much like that. We're going to stick that there. That's 1,000 simoleons down the drain. And now we've got a little chimney. Oh, look at it. Isn't it cute, our little chimney? I mean, it's not a proper chimney with, chimney pots. What annoyed me about this thing is you've got to get this weird square thing. It's like, I want proper chimney pots. I love chimney pots. Chimney pots are the best, man. Anyway, yeah, we've got a proper fireplace. Now we can have proper fires. Oh, look, it's starting to look all homely and stuff. Oh, it looks so nice, doesn't it? It's our house, guys. This is our house. You know what I've realised that I'm missing in the garden? My little coal shed. My little coal bunker thing. I've got a little coal bunker from the days when there would have been a fireplace and everybody had coal bunkers. Yeah, it's one of the things I like about where I live when you walk around, because it's an old mining town. And most of the houses are old. I mean, you know, there are the posh new houses, but yeah, we don't talk about the posh new houses. You've got all of the old houses. I mean, some of the houses are proper old. I mean, we're talking like... Actually, I don't know how old they are, thinking about it, but they're like very, very, very old. I'm sure one of them has like 1600 written on it or something. Which, you know, relatively speaking isn't that old, but it's like... You know how you can look at brickwork? You know, old brickwork, really old brickwork, has a look about it, doesn't it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you have, like, you know, things that are centuries old, and it's got that kind of old brickwork. It just has that look about it. There's a few houses like that around where I live. I love walking past them. They're the best thing. My flat will be about maybe 80 years old, possibly something along those lines. I love the fact that the snowman has stayed, though the snow has all disappeared when we're in buy mode. And it has a little coal bunker from when people would have had coal for the fires. And when you walk through the back alleys and things, and you've got the brick walls up like along people's backyards, you know, and you can see they all have what would have been the coal chutes when they used to have... I've heard stories about this. I'm not old enough to remember, but like my mum and my dad and things talk about when the coal man used to come round and would shovel coal down through the coal chutes, and it's like a little hole in the wall, like a little window, where they would shovel the coal down and it would go into the coal bunkers. And they're mostly bricked up now. Most people don't have the little coal chute anymore because, you know, it would be a way for people to break in these days. But they're mostly bricked up. But you can see where they've been bricked up. It's always cool walking around and just kind of... I like seeing how things have evolved. I love like watching how places... Well, yeah, seeing how places have evolved over the years. When I used to be a meter reader up in Aberdeen, it's my favourite thing, my favourite part of it. I absolutely hated the job, but my favourite part of the job was just walking around Aberdeen and seeing sort of like because there's like this old... I don't know whether it was a foundry or something like that or a factory, but it's abandoned now. And it's got big signs up saying "Do not enter, danger of death," things like that. I think because there's like asbestos and stuff. But it's like in the middle, and then all of the houses around it would have been the houses of the people who worked there. And they're like old tenement buildings, which are horrible and terrifying. You know when you walk down streets of old tenement buildings and they're like 3 stories high and there would have been 6 flats in each and they're just grey granite, grey terrifying horrible granite of a bygone age. But it's sort of interesting seeing how the place has evolved. And I always loved things like, there's a lot of churches that have been made into flats. I loved doing flats that had originally been like an old church, and a lot of them still have things in, like the panelling or the stained glass windows. Or there's other places like big old factories and things that have been made into flats. And there's one where you would go in, and it was a block of flats, but it had originally been like the headquarters of a company or something, and when you went in, it had this... to what would have been the reception area, it had this like mosaic on the floor with the crest of the company and the company logo and everything. And it's sort of weird because because you sort of see what the building was and then what it's become. And I loved the flats that were in these old buildings with like oak staircases up the middle, and it's and then you would knock on someone's door in this obviously old building with stained glass windows and oak panelling and all of this kind of stuff. You would knock on a door and they would open the door, and inside their flat was the most plush modern thing in the world. And it's like you step from like the 18th century, well, not that old, but you know what I mean, into like this world of modern luxury with cream carpets and leather sofas and big flat screen TVs. And it was always just this kind of weird mix of the two. I love old buildings that have gained... new purposes, and a lot of churches have been made into shops and things. There was a church that in one of the villages that had been turned into the local co-op, but it was still the church. I mean, a proper old church with a steeple and everything, but it was now the local co-op, and it was just the weirdest thing. Honestly, I love shit like that. I love watching how places have evolved over the years. Anyway, off on another random tangent. Shall I start talking about ghosts again? No, focus on what you're fucking doing. Oh my god. You know what? Every time I edit one of these videos, I always go, flipping egg, Magpie, too many tangents, get back to The Sims. I won't do that next time. Fuck me, man. I'm really disciplining myself with Mass Effect, though. In Mass Effect, I am trying massively not to go off on non-Mass Effect related tangents. Like, you know, save all of that for The Sims. At least in The Sims, people don't expect anything better. Okay. Okay, what are we doing? Her fun's a bit low. Right, I wanted to become friends with Claire, but we've got the whole weekend ahead of us for that. It's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon, man, and she's already finished work. She wants to learn charisma. Yeah, that's because you want to do it for you. Interestingly, she doesn't want to quit her job. And I thought she would, because her lifetime wish is reach level 5 of 4 different careers. So at this point, she should want to quit and start anew, but she doesn't. Which is strange. You can clean that up while I'm thinking of something for you to do. You want to talk to Connor. You want to talk to Connor. We could invite Connor over. We could have a day with Connor and then focus on Claire over the weekend. We could do that. I'm kind of fascinated, since she seems to be going through a snogging phase, you know? I'm kind of fascinated to see if she's ever going to want to snog Connor or Leighton or any of the people she actually fancies. Hopefully not Damien. I'm not going down that route. Because, you know, Damien's married and that's kind of not cool. Is Connor still single, by the way? Yes, he is. Good. So, you know, that wouldn't be a total disaster. I'm not going to push it on her, though. I'm not going to... You know, we're going with what Magpie wants. So, in this playthrough, I say that. Most of the things she wants I end up completely dismissing, don't I? Being like, no, Magpie, you're not doing that. You're not skinny dipping in a pool. You're too busy to talk right now. Try calling back in an hour. Oh, is he still at work? He's possibly still at work. I know what I can do. I can spy on him. Magpie, you just play some video games. Yeah, play whatever you fucking want, and I'm going to pretend it's Mass Effect or something. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's still taking up a lot of my time at the minute. Yeah, there, he's just coming out of work now. You could probably ring him now, Magpie. Actually, if we make her ring him now, forget about video games. Ring him, and invite him over, and we might be able to see him get the phone call. Come on, Connor, get the phone call. He's wearing a cardigan. I love a man in a cardigan, don't you? No, I didn't want to invite him out. I wanted to invite him over. Game. Oh, bloody hell, Game. He's going to be in the frigging car now, isn't he? Oh, where's he gone? Oh, Connor. That's Connor's car. Right, let's follow him. And he's going down here. She should be ringing him. Oh, he answered the phone while driving. Not cool, Connor. Unless he's got one of those wireless headsets like my mum has. My mum loves her wireless headset. She always, you know... And it's brilliant because she's got one of the, you know, those wireless Bluetooth headsets so she can talk to people, so it's just like in her ear, which means she's quite often going around the supermarket and things, talking to herself. Although not really, because she's talking to someone on the phone, but it's because she's got the wireless headset in. but you can't see it, because her hair kind of covers it and people just think she's talking to herself. It's quite fun. Okay, he said he's coming over in a little while, but his car hasn't turned around. His car has phased out of existence. That's interesting. Has he just magically appeared outside my house? That might be a thing, actually. Has he turned up yet? He hasn't turned up yet. She wants to watch TV. What are you watching? Are you going to watch The Crown? That's what I've been watching this week. I've watched Star Trek Discovery and The Crown are the two things I've been watching. I watched my way through The Crown in 2 days. Yeah, came out last Sunday. By Monday night, I'd finished them all. Series 4. I highly recommend it. Series 4 of The Crown. It's not been my favourite series so far. I think Series 3 was better. I don't know, it's weird because I'm going off on a fucking tangent again, aren't I? Okay, Greek Connor. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, is he just going to come in or is he going to ring the doorbell in his cardigan? Gonna ring the doorbell. Can I invite him inside? Invite him inside. And change out of your friggin' work clothes, man. What is wrong with you? Change into your exciting everyday clothes. So everybody loves that exciting grey jumper, don't they? Okay. What is that? She just want to talk to him. She just wants to talk to him. Okay, ask him about his day. Discuss work, why not? Talk about movies. Talk about books. Talk about computers. Talk about horses. Talk about supernatural. Consider attractiveness. Let's not do that. I don't know. Gossip. Tell him a joke. Just be friendly, Magpie. You could do that, can't you? Or was I talking about the Crown? Yeah. So this series of the Crown, we've got into the Diana era, which is all very exciting. There's been a load of documentaries about Diana that have come out on Netflix as well, sort of alongside the Crown. And I watched the one, I think it's called Diana in Her Own Words, and it takes like from the interview, you know, the infamous interview. And it's basically the interview, but with like, it's sort of done so it's almost like she's narrating the documentary. That's what it is, really. It's a documentary about Diana, narrated by Diana. Woo! You'd better be forewarned. Anne-Marie Wilde is having a party tonight. I hate fun in general and parties in particular. What the fuck, Magpie? I mean, alright, okay. You're not a fan of parties. That doesn't mean you hate fun. Right? You just find a different thing fun. This was written by a fucking extrovert, wasn't it? I don't hate fun. I'm not a big fan of parties, but that doesn't mean I hate fun. It means I don't find parties fun. There's a big difference. Whoever wrote that stupid pop-up. Fucking Sims writers, I don't know. What does she want? She wants to play dominoes. How do you play dominoes again? Do you have to buy a proper dominoes table? That's possibly a thing. How have I suddenly got that much money? Did we not only have like 2,000 when I bought that, which was 1,000? Oh, I don't know. Don't question it. Don't question it. Entertainment. What's that? If you're going to play dominoes, do it right by playing on this special edition domino table, inlaid with real imitation ivory. The hardware surface has been scientifically engineered to be absolutely flat, perfect for keeping your dominoes from falling onto the floor. She wants to play dominoes. We could get a dominoes table and play dominoes. We could do that. I like dominoes. I used to freaking love playing dominoes, man. One of my favourite things. We were big into board games and stuff like that when I was a kid, I remember. Although this was before Netflix existed, so I suppose that could explain a few things. Where could we fit a domino table? I don't know. I've got a very small flat. It's very itty bitty, although I don't need all of this cat stuff anymore, do I? What colour do we want? What colour do we want? Should we go for, because you know it says it's imitation ivory, let's make it actually look like imitation ivory. Put it there temporarily, and then the cat stuff. We're probably gonna get another cat, so I don't just want to like get rid of it. But if we put it like, you can go there, that's fine. Put the cat toys just wherevs, really, wherevs. I like them because it makes the place look cluttered. And my flat looks cluttered, alright? My flat looks cluttered. That's fine. I like the cluttered look. And then get some chairs. What sort of chairs do we want? I mean, we're getting into the territory of, you know, this is stuff I don't own in the real world. I don't have more than 2 chairs in the real world. Flipping heck, I'm not posh. Oh, you know you're moving up in the world when you've got more than 2 chairs in your house, don't you? What kind of chairs do we want? I don't know. Let's go for like comfortable looking chairs, which is not most of these, I'll be honest. That one doesn't look too terrible. It does look like it belongs in a school classroom though, so you know, also looks like it belongs in a school classroom. That will be because it came in with the university expansion pack, so you know, it literally belongs in a school classroom. Those ones are a bit fancy. I like those ones, but those ones are going to be like extravagant, aren't they? 325 simoleons for a chair. Yeah, all right. We'll have posh chairs. Want posh chairs? They look like they belong outside. Do we have a domino table outside? I mean, at the minute it's snowing, so that probably wouldn't be the best idea in the world. Oh, I don't know. I just want a chair. Just a chair. Should we just go for a normal, boring chair? Just like a normal, boring chair. Just normal and boring. Maybe give it a pretty pattern. Hang on a minute. Create a style. Is this more or less boring than me talking about the crown? I was talking about Diana, wasn't I? Yeah. I mean, I think, how old was I when Diana died? I think I was 2. I know that I was born because I've been told that I sat through her funeral. Watching it on the telly because I've been told that I was very quiet and well behaved. I don't remember though because I was too young. And my mum told me that I was absolutely dead silent throughout Diana's funeral, which was unusual. So that's the thing she's always remembered, how quiet I was while watching Diana's funeral. That's quite a nice pattern. Doesn't really go with the table. The table looks a bit posh. Can I make the table look less posh? Can I have like a jazzy domino table? Yeah, but watching The Crown's clever, because in this series of the Crown, that would be a spoof of The Crown, wouldn't it? The Clown. Yeah, in this series of The Crown, they bring in Margaret Thatcher, played by Gillian Anderson, and scenes between Margaret Thatcher, or rather Gillian Anderson and Olivia Colman as the Queen, are. They make the series. Honestly, it's the most engaging thing watching Gillian Anderson as Margaret Thatcher and Olivia Colman as the Queen during their like private meetings with each other. And it's just, they're so captivating, those scenes. She's so good at it as well. We could have a flowery domino table. She's so good at playing Margaret Thatcher. I mean, it's just those scenes between them are just the most incredible thing. But anyway, yeah, The Crown, what's clever about The Crown is that it gives everybody their moment where they're the hero and the moment where they're the villain. Like, everyone. And throughout the course of this series, there are episodes where you are 100% on the side of Thatcher and against the Queen. And the Queen actually becomes, like, the villain. And you're on Thatcher's side. And then, like, the next episode, then the friggin' Commonwealth episode turns up where she starts dissing the Commonwealth and doesn't want to support sanctions in Africa and things like that. And at that point, suddenly Thatcher's the villain and the Queen's back to being the heroine again. But The Crown is really good at showing everyone in a good light and everyone in a bad light. And it did the same with Charles and Diana's marriage. Because, I mean, the series covers the whole 7 years of Thatcher being in office. I was going to say Thatcher's reign there, that's not quite the right word. So it covers Charles and Diana, it covers like from their first meeting to their courtship, to the engagement, to the wedding, to the marriage, to the breakdown of the marriage. The whole series covers the whole thing. And throughout the course of it, there are moments where you're like, wow, Charles is a complete bastard. And then there are other moments where you're like, wow, Diana's a nightmare. Like, everybody has their moment where they're the hero and the moment where they're the villain. Everyone. I don't know, that's one of the most impressive things about The Crown. After all of that palaver, I'm going for a boring wooden one. Hang on a minute, which one's the middle bit? The middle bit can be a wee bit different. Go a wee bit different for the middle bit. That's not going to fit there, is it? No, you're going to be nasty to me. Oh, come on, man. Give me something to work with here. I don't want to have a lot of space. Don't have a lot of space in this here flat. I could put it like in the middle somewhere. Just have a domino table in the middle, why not? I could get rid of my coffee table and put that there instead. No, I don't want to get rid of my coffee table. Coffee table's there in the real world. Oh, flipping heck. You see, in the real world, if you want to play dominoes, you would just like do it on the floor or something, wouldn't you? You don't need a special domino table. Fucking hell. Oh, where am I going to put my domino table? This is literally just because she at this moment wants to play dominoes. I bet you anything she will never want to play dominoes again after this moment. Be like, Magpie man, I bought you a domino table and everything. I just pop it like... does that look stupid? I don't know. I don't know where to put my domino table. See, if I hadn't bought the fucking fireplace, I could have put it there, couldn't I? Flippin' heck, man. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the coffee table in here, because sometimes it is in here, you see. It's sort of like there, because I like my TV to be quite close to me. I don't have like a massive TV. It's not tiny, but okay, it is by modern day standards, I suppose. I mean, you know, it's not as old as that one, flipping Nora. It is like flat screen. But it's not a massive telly, and I like to have it close to me when I'm playing video games, because I'm a PC gamer and I'm used to the screen being close to me, and I don't enjoy the whole sitting on the sofa with the screen over there kind of thing that you have in console games. I like the screen nice and close. So, particularly since most of the games I play are like RPGs and things, where, you know, there's like lots of text that you have to read and stuff like that. We'll move all the cat toys over there. And we'll put the domino table there. See, that looks alright, doesn't it? And maybe move the chair, because the chair's sometimes in here with my teddies on it. You're never too old for teddies. No, I think I prefer in here, actually. We'll just tell you what we'll do. We'll rotate you a little bit that way. We'll tuck it as much into the corner as we possibly can. There we go. There we go. We've got a domino table. We can play dominoes with Connor. Yay! I love dominoes. Dominoes is brilliant. I haven't played dominoes in ages, man. She wants to have a pillow fight too. We might do that if the opportunity arises. Play dominoes with Connor. Yay! Yeah, so anyway, I highly recommend The Crown. Like I say, this one isn't my favourite series. Connor, just sit in the other chair, man. For God's sake. God, Sims are so bloody awkward, aren't they? Yeah, it's not my favourite series. I think possibly Series 3 was my favourite series. I don't know, because I preferred Claire Foy's portrayal of the Queen to Olivia Colman's. And that's not anything against Olivia Colman, it was just that Claire Foy was so unbelievably perfect. I mean, Claire Foy was so good as the Queen, there were times that you forgot that you were watching Claire Foy. Genuinely. Especially when she was doing things like, you know, speeches and things. Because, I mean, obviously we don't really know what the Queen's like in private, but we know what she's like in public. And she had, doing the Queen's speeches, down to an absolute T. Like, she had her mannerisms, the way she pauses, you know, those pauses that she does, and the way she just sort of delicately licks her lips sometimes, you know, and the way, that engaging way that she has where you just can't not look at her. When the Queen is talking, everything else stops. You know, the rare occasions that you see her talk, she's just so captivating. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know whether it's just because it's such a novelty, because we don't hear the Queen talk very often. That might be the case. But, oh, I've received an invitation to Anne-Marie's party. Well, I hate fun in general, and parties especially, so... I'll tell her I'll be there. I won't necessarily turn up. We'll see what happens. I'm having a very social life in The Sims, aren't I? Much more social than my actual life. I don't know what she's learning here. It might be logic. It might be her logic skill that's going up. Oh, she's a bit hungry. That's because it's 4 p.m. Should make some food. Yeah, so Claire Foy's portrayal of the Queen was, like, incredible. It was amazing. That's a really pretty sunset. Oh, my goodness. That's such a pretty sunset. Aw. Aw, Sims. I can't tell where the sun is setting. I think it's over there somewhere. That's so pretty. Such a pretty sunset. I'm going to pause. I'm going to get my thing out the way, my cursor out the way. I have a nice thumbnail. Wait, stop moving. Nice thumbnail. Just a nice sunset over Sunset Valley. Oh, isn't that lovely? Anyway, yeah. Why are you embarrassed? Oh, she's feeling slightly unlucky from playing dominoes. Why? Did you lose? Did you lose? Why is she feeling unlucky from playing dominoes? I don't know. She's talking about chicken. That's an excellent thing to be talking about. Yes, so The Crown. Highly recommend. It's very, very, very good. And like I say, I do prefer Claire Foy's portrayal of the Queen to Olivia Colman's. But I think Series 3 was my favourite, which was like the first series with Olivia Colman. So there we go. No, because there you had the scenes with her and Harold Wilson, which were also very good. I mean, the scenes between her and Margaret Thatcher may be amazing, but there is absolutely nothing in the world that will beat the scene in Series 3 where Harold Wilson recited dirty limericks to the Queen. That was the best thing I've ever watched. That was the best scene in anything ever. Anyway. Tile Master. A master of the tiles always knows where to strategically place dominoes from playing dominoes, but she's also feeling slightly unlucky from playing... Why is she feeling unlucky from playing dominoes? I don't understand, because that suggests that she won. I'm so confused, Magpie. You're such a friggin' weirdo, honestly. We're going to make some dinner. We're going to serve dinner. We're going to make our guest... Oh, I don't have any food in. I can only make... Without spending money, I can only make him hot dogs, salad, or veggie rolls. Or tofu dogs, but I'm not even going to entertain that notion. Okay, make some spaghetti. Everyone loves a bit of spag, don't they? And you know, you're gonna have to buy the ingredients from your magic fridge because I haven't sent you food shopping. But shush! He's thinking about diamonds. That's interesting. My phone's ringing. Am I being invited to the party? Probably am. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna. Where's my phone? I'm going to ignore the call. There we go. I'm with Connor. I'm having a day with my mate. Everybody else needs to leave me alone. What's that she wants to do? She wants to play 2 games of dominoes. We can probably have another game of dominoes. She wants to kiss Connor! Oh. She finally wants to kiss someone who she fancies and who isn't involved with someone else. And who isn't old enough to be her mother in the case of Fiona. Is this a road we want to go down? Let's have a look at Connor. How many of his traits do we know? We know lots of his traits. He's a bookworm, he's good. He's a loner and he's absent-minded. Oh my god, he might actually be the perfect man for old Magpie. Possibly. I mean, I'm not sure 2 loners getting together is really a good idea. I feel like we loners are better when sort of paired with someone who's not so much of a loner. Someone who gets us out of the house. I feel like, you know, I think introverts and extroverts actually work very well together. I don't understand those introverts who just hate all extroverts. I love extroverts. Do you know why I love extroverts? Because they carry the conversation entirely on their own without any need of input from me. I love people like that. Those are the people I get on with best. The people who can just, you know, carry the conversation, because I can't. If I end up with someone who isn't good at conversation, and I'm not good at conversation, the conversation, like, goes stale very quickly. I need people who take the lead in the conversation. Otherwise, it's going to go flat. Those are the people I get on with best. You know, and they're often extroverts. I mean, you know, not like totally mad extroverts who go out partying every night or anything like that. It's kind of just going to stand there awkwardly until I've finished making tea. You can sit down, you know, Connor. You can play video games if you want. You can watch the telly. You can do whatever you want, love. You're a guest. You might even get a snog out of tonight. I always love how... we'll get rid of Pilly for and put that in and we'll just see what happens. I always love... yeah, throughout this, she burned the fucking spaghetti. How do you burn spaghetti, Magpie? Oh my fucking god. Just burn the fucking spaghetti. Why don't? Oh, well, you're gonna eat it, love. You are going to eat it, and you're gonna make Connor eat it as well. You're gonna make Connor eat your terrible burned spaghetti. You stupid. How do you burn spaghetti? I mean, flipping. I mean, I have like left pasta boiling and walked away, and then when you come back, it's like stuck to the bottom of the pan, you know, a little bit. But it doesn't burn. Burn fucking spaghetti. Goodness me. Yes, I find it kind of weird that every time she's even slightly romantically interested in someone, she wants to kiss them. Like, she doesn't want to flirt with them. She doesn't want to ask them out on a date. She doesn't want to send them a love letter or anything like that. She just wants to snog them. She's just like, I'm just going straight in there, love. I'm not gonna faff around with any of that nonsense. I'm just gonna give them a snog and see what happens. See if they're into it or not. After I've served them horrible burnt spaghetti, she was just gonna look out of the window there. That's fine. That's a thing I enjoy doing. Connor has now finished his spaghetti. Okay. This might be the moment. This might be the moment. We're good. Oh, okay. Tell you what we're going to do. I don't want to hang around too long because he might just suddenly decide that he wants to leave. So we could. I got rid of the pillow fight one, didn't I? You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Where is it? Because we've got... Oh my god, I can ask him to have sex with me. Let's not do that. I can ask him to have a child with me. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I mean, I think there is such a thing as jumping the gun too far. This is a weird thing about The Sims as well, that the sex options appear like before a lot of the flirt options. There are so many other romance options that haven't appeared yet because we haven't gone down that road, but I can ask him to have sex with me. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, okay. Heat of the moment kiss. This is a thing that was brought in, I think, with the University expansion pack, and it's a kiss that you can do on a sim that you have showed no romantic interest in whatsoever, and if they are into you, then suddenly you end up in a relationship, and if they're not, it gets a bit awkward. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. This was not part of the goal for this part, but since it's what she wants, we're going for it. Is it? Oh my God! He went for it. He went for it. And now he's getting a bit sleepy. I'm getting a bit sleepy. I should head home. Hanging out with you really beats going solo. Give me a call anytime to chill. So, okay, so we snogged Connor, and he was into it, but then he immediately went, okay, I need to go now. Yeah. Things work out in The Sims sometimes. It's just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna kiss Connor. Connor's into it, and then Connor's immediately just like, oh well, I should go now. Bye. Thanks for the burnt spaghetti. And away he's a romantic interest now. Oh my goodness. And that is first romance. Oh yes, of course, because she's very happy now. She's very happy after all that. She's so happy. She's in her first ever romance. She's feeling entertained. She played some dominoes and she had a great time out. She's now very, very happy. She's going to get a text from Anne-Marie inviting her to that party, isn't she? I'm a bit tired, Anne-Marie, love. I've had a long day. All sorts of weird shit's happened. Anne-Marie Wild's party, which Magpie hasn't been invited to, starts in 1 hour. Yeah, should we go to the party? I don't know. Quite tired and slightly shell-shocked. That's the way he just immediately walked out. I feel like that's not a good sign. Anyway, I also love how she has no further wants regarding Connor. Usually, like, when a sim ends up in a romance with someone, they then want to do things like, I don't know, hang out with them, give them a cuddle, things like that. She has immediately lost interest after the first snog. Should we go to the party? Should we not? We're a bit tired. We could stick our head in. I mean, she's not at work tomorrow, so she can sleep as late as she wants. Okay, we'll go to the party, even though she's established that she has absolutely no interest in parties, which is fair enough. But Anne-Marie's your friend. I mean, there's a difference between, like, being invited over to a friend's house for a bit of a get-together and going to, like, a proper party. There's a big difference between that. I mean, to be honest, I probably wouldn't enjoy either. Yeah, parties aren't really a thing that I particularly enjoy. Even, like, family parties and stuff. You know, when you have, like, little family birthday parties and it's just family there, I don't even like those particularly. I like one-on-one interaction. You know what I mean? I can only handle one person at a time. I much prefer... I find this at work as well, if I'm working with one person. If it's someone that I get along with and stuff, I usually quite enjoy that. But if I'm working with 2 or 3 people, I find that a bit more stressful for some reason. I don't know why, it's just like... I can only handle one person at a time. She wants to see a witch, and meet a supernatural, and see a witch. Okay, is there a witch here? Is that why that's turned up? It's Edwina! No, that's not Edwina, is it? Edwina turned up and grew into a child. That's Sky, who's the alien. Oh, you can see an alien. They've sent an alien to greet you, man. Or is she going somewhere? She's going somewhere. Her mum's having a party at 8 o'clock on a Friday night, 9 o'clock on a Friday night, and she's decided to go out. Do you think we should tell Anne-Marie that one of her adopted children has snuck out? In the middle of the night, in the snow? Is that a thing we should do? Are you going to go into the house or something? You're going to enthuse about comic books to Anne-Marie. That's excellent. Yeah, so anyway, I much prefer, like, one-on-one interaction. I don't mind having a friend over. But having, like, 2 or 3 friends over, I don't enjoy so much. You know what? I'm just... Yeah. Because you know what it is? If there's more than one person, I always get lost in the middle of it. I am not good at holding myself in a conversation, but if it's a conversation with one person, it's like there's no... If there's more than one person, I always find that those people will end up talking to each other, and I end up just kind of, like, not able to infiltrate the conversation, you know. It's not their fault, I'm not blaming them, it's entirely me. I'm just not very good at sort of putting myself into a conversation. But if I'm the only one there, then I'm the only one that the conversation can be with. Do you know what I mean? So I like having like one family member over or one friend over. I don't like having like groups. Because I can't handle groups. Anyway, what's going on? Right. So she's falling out with Nick Alto. Obviously she is. He's a total arse. There's a pair of red eyes under the bed. Guys, should we be concerned that there's a pair of red eyes under the bed? There's a monster under the bed, guys. I know this is the supernatural household and everything. Everyone else can see that, right? There's definitely a monster under that bed. Is she about to go in there and check for monsters? That's probably a thing. That's Coral the mermaid. You can tell she's a mermaid because she's got scaly legs. Isn't that sweet? Yeah. So that's the thing that came in with the Generations expansion pack. Kids can check for monsters under the bed and there will actually be monsters under the bed. But I think it's because you're seeing it like through the eyes of the child. So it's all in the imagination. Anyway, what's going on? We're going to have a wee chat with Anne-Marie. We were going to enthuse about comic books, weren't we? We're quite tired. I know you're quite tired, Magpie, alright? But when a friend invites you to a party, you know, it would be rude to turn them down just because you don't enjoy parties. That's Damien. God, I made him right unfashionable. Didn't I? Yeah. I wanted him to look like, you know, just the world's most boring dad. That was the idea. His whole character revolves around him being sort of a very dedicated father, but that probably makes him quite boring. What are we doing? I'm listening to whatever she's talking about. She's talking about the Golden Gate Bridge, that looks like. Fascinating. Or possibly the Fourth Road Bridge. You know, or any other bridge that follows the same design. I'm sure that the Golden Gate Bridge and the Fourth Road Bridge are not the only two suspension bridges in the world that have that design. But, you know, and since it was red, I'm going to assume it was the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, now we're talking about Nessie, possibly. I think that's Nessie there. He's booing doll's houses for some reason. And now we're laughing. I was telling her a funny story. Excellent. Now what's going on? I don't have my... Oh, flipping heck. Jack Bunch and Damien are falling out. This isn't a good party at all. Everybody's just fighting with each other. Oh, fuck off. Oh, no. No. There is no chance in hell that you find him attractive, Magpie. Absolutely no chance. Nobody wearing those shorts are someone you would find attractive. Just stop it. Look at that mustache. Look at that fucking mustache, Magpie. Absolutely not. I also know that he's married. So just stop. No, you stop giving him those eyes. I'm not entertaining this notion at all. Absolutely not. Stop it. Anyway, is that Wolfie? Is he in werewolf form? He is as well. Hello, little Wolfie. Oh, you're adorable in werewolf form. Okay, you look a bit terrifying. Maybe come out of werewolf form. Because, like, the whole idea of this is that all the supernaturals are living, like, undercover. The rest of the village isn't supposed to know that you're a werewolf, Wolfie. Okay, I'm going to leave this conversation and go and use the facilities. Because I don't want to be in the same room as fucking Jack. I do not fancy Jack. I do not fancy Jack. I don't accept it. I don't accept it at all. Her first romance mood has already disappeared. Has she already lost interest? She really doesn't give a shit, does she? She's just like, this is like your first relationship ever, Magpie, because that's what it's like when you create a sim for the first time. The game assumes that they've never done anything. So you could create, like, you know, a fully adult sim and the game assumes that they've never kissed anyone or anything like that. But she apparently just doesn't give a shit. Like, she had that moodlet for, like, what, 2 hours or something? She's already lost interest. That's really weird, that is. It's really weird how romance is developing with Magpie. I don't know if it's got to do with her being a loner or being brooding or both. Possibly both. It's just really weird. I mean, I did say we were going to go exactly with what Magpie wanted in this playthrough, and if it turns out she never wants to speak to Connor again after that kiss, then we will never speak to him again. Well, things very strange. Okay, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to quietly... What's that? She's going to sleep in the kid's sleeping bag, is she? No, she's fucking not. Bloody hell, Magpie, what is wrong with you? Right, okay, I think we're just going to go home. We're just going to discreetly, What? Why is Woohoo turning up as an option? Is it because it's classing the people that she's in the house with? Yes. Oh, fucking hell. I can apparently proposition literally anyone for sex. Yeah, let's not do that. Just go home. Just quietly excuse yourself from the party situation. It's getting a little bit awkward. You've got another magic gnome at some point. Another magic gnome has turned up. What gnome are you? Are you a snowman gnome? Yes, you're a snowman gnome, possibly because I built a snowman and it's been sitting there for quite a long while and now I've got a magic snowman gnome. I love the magic gnomes. I love collecting loads and loads of magic gnomes. Because you just get them just randomly from, random events that happen and things. You just kind of find yourself with magic gnomes for whatever reason. I love the magic gnomes. They're a really fun little thing. Anyway, yeah, so we've got 2 magic gnomes now. Oh, I should give them names. You know what? I'm going to name them. You can be Barry. And you can be Frida. There we go. See if anybody gets that joke. We have been recording for a friggin' hour already. Oh my god. Friggin' hour we've been recording. Bloody hell, we haven't done a note. And we got our promotion. We snogged Connor. The snowman has immediately decided to go outside again after me bringing him inside. That's fair enough. He is a snowman. Yeah, so we slightly snogged Connor. Slightly snogged him. We played some dominoes as well, which was far more important because she cared about that for so much longer than she cared about snogging Connor. And we went to a party. Accidentally found ourselves attracted to someone we are definitely not attracted to, Magpie. You were just having a moment there, all right, love? And then that's it, really. So we didn't do the becoming friends with Claire thing. But we are going to, over the weekend. I absolutely 100% promise. Probably.